All right, let's talk about a what-if scenario so big it could completely flip the script on how we use the internet. We're talking about a change that can make your browser today feel as ancient as a dial-up modem.
So let me just ask you this right out of the gate. What if you never had to search the web again? I mean it. What if your browser could just, do everything for you? It sounds a little bit like science fiction, but that's exactly what we're diving into.
So to make this idea concrete, let's give it a name. Let's imagine a browser called ChatGPT Atlas. Now, this isn't just another flavor of Chrome or Firefox. The whole point here is a massive shift from being a window that shows you information to a partner that actually completes tasks for you. It doesn't just show you stuff, it does stuff.
Okay, so how on earth would that even work? Well, the magic ingredient, the core concept behind all of this, is something called Agentic Browsing.
Agentic browsing is pretty much what it sounds like. You've got this smart AI agent that basically lives inside your browser, and its job isn't to just find a bunch of links for you to click through. Nope. Its job is to understand what you're trying to achieve and then go out and do all the steps to make it happen. It turns your browser from a passive tool into a genuinely active assistant.
And here's where it starts to feel real. You wouldn't type best flights to Paris and then spend an hour sifting through websites. You'd just say, book me a trip. The agent then goes out, hits up all the airline and hotel sites at the same time, compares everything based on stuff it knows you like, your budget, your preferences, and then it actually fills out all the boring forms. You just have to give the final okay.
And a browser like this would be powered by a few key things. You've got the agent itself, of course, maybe a ChatGPT sidebar that can summarize any page instantly, and a totally blended search and chat experience. But the feature you really need to watch is that third one, browser memories. This is how the agent gets so smart. It learns from literally everything you do. And we're definitely going to circle back to that.
So we get the what. Now for the so what. Why is this idea so incredibly disruptive? Well, because this isn't just a cool new feature. This is a direct challenge to the undisputed king of the internet, Google.
And this right here, this is the heart of the whole conflict. For the last 20-plus years, the browser has been a tool for one thing, searching. Google built a multi-trillion-dollar empire on that single idea. An agentic browser just completely flips the table. The browser becomes a tool for doing. The entire reason we open a browser is suddenly up for grabs.
And that's why you're hearing people call this Browser Wars 2.0. This isn't about which browser is a few milliseconds faster or has a slicker design. No, this is a fight for the very soul of how we interact with the web, and it has the potential to topple a monopoly that's been in place for decades.
And this gets to the real economic threat. The internet as we know it runs on ads, and ads run on you clicking links. So what happens to that entire model when your AI agent can just read 10 websites for you, pull out the perfect answer, and give it to you directly? You never have to click. This doesn't just threaten Google's search, it threatens the business model of millions and millions of websites.
But honestly, the implications here are way bigger than just one company. A change this fundamental doesn't just mean a new browser, it could mean a whole new kind of internet.
Check out how this table breaks it down. We're living in Web 2.0 right now. It's a web made of pages. Our job is to read and click. The web's job is to inform us. But the agentic web, you could call it Web 3.0, that's a whole different animal. It's a web made of tasks. Our job becomes to direct, and the web's job becomes to perform.
And once you start thinking that way, that the web can perform any task for you, you arrive at the ultimate what-if scenario. What if the browser basically becomes the new operating system for your life? The one central hub where everything gets done.
I mean, really think about it. If your browser can book your travel, manage your shopping, do your research, and handle your paperwork, how many of those little single-purpose apps on your phone or computer do you actually need anymore? A concept like this could just swallow the functions of countless apps into one single powerful interface. So, at the end of the day, all of this really comes down to a fundamental choice for us, for the people who actually use this stuff. A choice between searching and doing.
Look, if there is one single thing to take away from all this, it's this right here. The revolution of agentic browsing is all about pivoting from the passive act of searching for information to the proactive act of getting things done.
But of course, a change this massive always comes with a trade-off. There are always two sides to the coin, right? On one side, the gains are obvious. Crazy convenience, saving huge amounts of time. But on the other side, what are we giving up? Remember that browser memories feature? A browser that knows every single thing you have ever done online? That is an unbelievable amount of personal data sitting in one place. Not to mention what this does to the ad-supported internet that we all use every day.
Which brings us to the final question, and this one's really for you to think about. When you weigh the incredible power and convenience against the potential risks to your privacy and the web as we know it, would you make the switch? Would you abandon the browser you use now for one that can do everything for you? The future of the web might literally depend on how you answer that question.